It's cold in the UK this morning, so this video is going to be a little bit like my coat has given birth to a thing. That is my coat. Good morning, this is Sarah, your incredibly mad, crazy, healthy carnivore in the UK. This is going to be a tough love video. This is inspired by the Carnivore Odyssey channel. She's brilliant. Pop over to the Carnivore Odyssey channel for her tough love video, which is probably better than this. It's a really good video, but I have to talk about it in a different way so that I'm not copywriting or copying her ideas. Because I think it's safe to say that if you're going to embark on a carnivore diet, the mental side is going to be a battle that you have to win. Otherwise, you're never going to be carnivore forever. And that's something I've had to overcome. If you don't know me, I found carnivore back in 2014. At best, probably on and off, a bit of carnivore, a bit of dirty keto, flip-flapping around, on, off. And then back in the spring of this year, decided to go straight, figure out what's wrong with my shit, and give myself some tough love and get on with it, basically. And we're now over 5 months into my last ever restart. And this went through quite a tricky December and then Christmas and now my birthday at the weekend. And so I'm just working through all these little mental battles that you have to go through to get to carnivore. It's very, very simple. Eat your meat, drink your water. But what could be more easy than just eating a load of beef, eating a load of water? In theory, so simple, right? But it's not easy. It's not easy, folks. And I think for most people that have struggled, I think the biggest mental battle is, one, being able to cope with emotional eating, getting through those moments where you would have gone on a stress binge or I don't give a shit binge or whatever, going through social situations, and also I stopped the camera there because I wanted to remember my other point. There are three things: working through emotional eating, and working through the social side of things, because we are very, very social creatures and we want to do what everyone else is doing. And at Christmas, that really revs up. And also the other side of, wow, am I really going to be carnivore forever? Wow, that might be a commitment too far. And it was a commitment too far for me, especially as I was the one who didn't know when the weight loss was going to start. And really, sitting in this car right now at 162, 63 days, wherever I am right now, I still don't 100% know that my weight losses are going to start. I think they are. I'm doing Lion now, and I am committed to doing Lion for as long as I can possibly stand it. But sitting in this car, I still don't know if my weight losses are going to begin. And so for me, if I lost a ton of weight, it'd be fun. Like, okay, might not be carnivore forever, but look how skinny I am, And I don't get that. So I have to work through those mental challenges. And I think tough love is such an important topic for carnivore. Now, there's lots of, I don't think there's lots. There are many carnivores who have found this way of eating, never stopped. Just started it, they were done, they're doing it. And some of those actually gained weight. I mean, people like Kelly Hogan, for example, you might think, oh, she's always looked that tiny. Well, actually, when she very first found carnivore, she did actually gain weight for 6 months before it then fell off again. So not everyone does carnivore, loses weight. Some people have to gain weight before they lose weight, and some people just maintain for months and months and months. And then you've got the social side, and then you've got the comfort eating side. And the comfort eating side is something that I'm going to mostly talk about today. And I'm not saying that I'm some kind of expert on comfort eating. I'm not going to start any comfort eating coaching sessions just yet, but maybe that's something I could do later on. Because comfort eating and emotional eating and I don't give a damn eating is something that can stop people in their tracks. Yes, the whole am I doing it forever stops you. The whole I want to eat with my family and not be some kind of misfit and oddball can stop you too. But also that comfort eating moment, that moment when you've had a terrible, goddamn awful day, that moment when you've had something really bad happen to you, or you're stressed, irritated, don't care. And you've got a choice then. Do I succumb to my favorite foods, or do I just ride it out? And I'm not going to lie. This is tough love happening right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Going through your first ever comfort eating thing without binging and eating those foods that like you normally use to numb you down, it's not fun. It is not fun to do that. Over the last 5 months, I've had multiple opportunities to comfort eat. Multiple. They have kept on coming. Okay, probably the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to me is one of my children becoming very sick and being terminally ill, or being mutilated or killed in a car crash. I haven't had anything quite that serious happen to me, but the things I've had have been bad enough that the old Sarah would have gone, oh, to hell with it. To hell with it. This is too hard. I'm going to do it in my 50s. I'm going to do it in my 60s. I can always do it in my 70s. It's always impressive to be fit and healthy. I'll do it then. And that's what I was like when I was in my imperfect stage. I'll do it in my 60s. It's always impressive to be slim and fit and medication free, whatever decade you're in. And that is still true, by the way. But I was using that as a kind of a excuse to stop, I'll do it next year. I'm not that ill. I'm fine. I can still get into an aeroplane seat. I'm not on any medication yet. I can hold down a job. I'm fine. And then you reach that point where you're done, and you've got to then, and when you're done, then the mental battle really begins. The tough love. What do we need for tough love? We need to tell ourselves to keep it simple. Ignore everyone. Do what it takes to turn your body into that new body, new brain. And the new brain is what is going to get the body, right? I've heard expressions like, count the calories and the body will take care of itself. Well, we all know that calories are mostly just bullshit, and it is a hormonal thing, a healing thing. But you've got to sort your brain out, and then the body will follow. How do we sort the brain out? And I'm afraid I'm going to have to be just really completely and utterly brutally honest with you and myself. You are just going to have days where you are just riding out, not feeling particularly happy, and suck it up, buttercup. You can get used to that, but it's almost never fun. But I can tell you that if you don't throw yourself into the carb ditch, into the sugar ditch, you then come back up. You come back up. When will that coming back up be? It may be that same day. It may be the next day. It may not be till next week. But you will, if you don't hit that carb ditch and you don't eat those deep fried birthday cake items that Kerry talks about, you will, if you keep eating fatty meat, come back up. Most irritating situations, most stressful situations, mostly. Like I said, I still haven't had to encounter something really serious yet. But I think it's safe to say that most hard days, irritation days, disappointments, sad moments do pass in time. And I am now getting used to those moments. I know not everyone likes me to talk about it because I have been told not to talk about it, but I'll talk about it for one last time for the purpose of this video. We lost all our feathered friends in the garden in December, and some of those moments were incredibly stressful, upsetting, disappointing, frustrating, and downright sad. And I wasn't allowed to comfort eat through those things. And I'm not going to say that it was a walk in the park, and it wasn't a walk in the park. There was a few moments over the Christmas period where I did feel, it wasn't the food. It's rarely about the food. It's about where the food takes you to. It's about being in that moment with the people that you are with. It's rarely just about the food. It's about where the tastes and the pleasures and the traditions and the socializing where it takes you to, and not eating the same as your tribe that I live with. I'm not going to say it was fun. It wasn't fun. There was nothing fun about that. We did have some fun moments, and we played some fun board games as a family, and there was lots of laughing, but it wasn't fun for me to create a pizza for my youngest son, some duck spring rolls and onion bhajis and whatever the husband wanted, and then the keto treats for what my eldest son wanted, and then just the plain old steak for me. That wasn't fun. And like I said, I'm not trying to claim some kind of medal. I'm not trying to claim I'm some kind of saint. But I did it. I did it. And now I'm back up again. I am back up again. Obviously, I'm looking forward to some sunshine. You know, my sunshine at the moment is having to come from me internally because there's none around me. In a couple of days, we are going to have a bright, cold, crispy, sunny day with blue sky, and I'm going to take you around the lake for that one. And that's going to be really nice. And then in a couple of months, this will all be forgotten, and we'll be in the spring. And then a couple of months after that, that will be forgotten, and it will be summer, and I'll be running around the children's playground with a hose pipe, chasing them with it, everyone screaming, everyone having fun, and all this will be forgotten. And I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to the fact that I'm, fingers crossed, might start losing weight. But we have to ride through it, and the only way to ride through it is just to do what it sounds like, ride through it, but it's worth it. It is so worth it, because then you have the glory that you did it. The glory that you did it. And because you didn't eat the sugar and the seed oils and everything, or the hyper-processed food, you can come back quicker. I bounce back much faster. I also have my channel. I like to talk to you guys. I did a couple of lives yesterday. There's going to be more of that. Make sure you have your community. If you're going to do carnivore, you need community. You need a why, and you need research. If you don't know why you're doing this, and you don't have a why, and you don't have your community, and you're not ready to leave your old self behind, you can kiss goodbye to being like Kelly Hogan. I've had to face up to this reality myself. I've wanted to be like her for 10 years, and it's only 5 months ago that I made that ultimate commitment that I was going to go for it. No matter what, no matter how hard. You may not be ready for that yet, but if you're not, don't eat any seed oils. I always say that. I'm not going to be a channel that promotes cheating, but for the love of God, please, if you're still waiting to start, please try not to eat any seed oils, because I believe they are public enemy #1 to health. I believe they are inflammatory, and a body that's inflammatory goes into disease and the C word too, I believe. So really try to stay away from that. If you can't be carnivore, please cook all your non-meat foods in meat fat. Then you're going to be as healthy as my grandmother, and she was super healthy. Okay, but it's the 1st of January coming up in a couple of days' time. We're now on the 30th of December. Start today. If you're not going to a New Year's Eve party or doing anything celebratory, do it today. But whenever you start, do that 30 days. Get yourself on the Mitch from Old Guy Carnivore channel. Learn how to do the first 30 days, 60 days. Get that under your belt. Find yourself 2 ultra simple rules. 1, eat meat like it's your job, and 2, don't weigh yourself. If you're someone that does lose weight, maybe you could switch that one out for a different rule. But keep it simple, make it easy. So eat meat like it's your job, and just don't attend any social occasions for 30 days. Don't talk to other people. Keep it simple. Keep yourself attached to the carnivore community. Watch a ton of content, even if it drives yourself mad and your family mad. If you are able to, clear out your cupboards. I can't do that, so I'm having to ride that out. That's something else I have to ride out. Is that easy? No. Am I doing it? Yes, because I got desperate, not because I'm some kind of saint. I'm hoping that my channel is going to get more professional, but still fun. I'm still going to do silly things. I'm still going to be blowing that trumpet. Nothing's going to change on that respect. Don't know where my trumpets are. We used this car to pick up the in-laws on Christmas Day, so everything got put away. So I don't have any trumpets, any hats. What's a girl to do, huh? But I did get onto StreamYards yesterday. I learnt how to do a live and pop people's comments up. If you're still here, I'm going to mention this in all my videos, but probably towards the end. On my birthday, on the 5th of Jan at 5 p.m, I'm going to do a live. I want to invite everyone that watches me regularly to come along to that. I've already loaded it up onto my channel as a thing. So it's the first time I've ever done that. Most of my lives are just out of the blue, completely unplanned, completely unprompted, and so nobody turns up. I'm hoping that I can get at least 20 people on that, so I can have a bit of a birthday thing. I'm doing it at 5 p.m. to try and get the most people in, but also I'm going to make my family cook their own dinner that day. So what I'm going to do at about 4 o'clock is eat a load of ribeye, and then I'm going to come onto my live, probably with a party hat on, probably with a trumpet, and just have a chat to my carnivore family, carnivore friends. Hope people turn up for that. On the 2nd, we have a New Year special coming up on which will appear on this channel with Carl from Primal Lifestyle, George from the George Good Enough channel, and tune into that, by the way, if you're still here, and Dawn from Resting Witch Face. On the 4th, hopefully, if Christy has remembered, I still need to email her to see if she's still up for that, to do my kind of New Year birthday special check-in with her, so I can talk about what's changed in my journey. A lot has. Sadly, not the weight, but my mental attitude, my tough love, my self-talk, the way I speak has changed massively. So my body will have no choice but to catch up with that at some point, right? So how do we give ourselves the right talk, the tough love? Just, for me, I think the tough love is to tell myself every day that it's forever. We can tell ourselves all kinds of different stories. And I think if you keep telling yourself every single day, this is forever, I'm not going back, this is it now, we're done. As a bodily unit, we are done. I think your mind you can train your mind into thinking, yeah, she's actually doing it. She's not going back this time. And I think it would be very, very upsetting for me to go back now, because that means that all of those times I didn't comfort eat over the last 5 months. I wish I could say 5 years. One day I will be. All those times I didn't comfort eat over the last 5 months were for nothing. My eating not the same as my family Christmas was for nothing. All the going on the family vacation and making all the effort to cook my own different food was for nothing. The not going to the pub with my family for a family meal because mummy's the awkward, difficult one was for nothing. Not going out on my work's family do because they're eating different for me was for nothing. All these things. The Wednesday the 18th of December, when there was sweet treats flying around the school like crazy, and having to say no all day long, whilst my chickens were dying at home, by the way. That makes it even harder. I'm not looking for a medal. I'm not looking for any sympathy. I'm just saying that if somebody like me can go through a day where I'm being handed sugar all the time, the weather's crap, and I've got messages from home saying, this chicken's not going to make it, it needs to be put down later. If I can get through that, I think everyone can give it a go. I'm not going to say everyone can do it, because I think that's not a really nice thing to say. But I think everyone could probably give it a try. Try 60 days of no comfort eating. If on day 61 you want to go back to it, try. I think this is the way forward. If I was to be a comfort eating coach, I would say to you, ride it out for 30 days. No comfort eating for 30 days. Most people can do most things for 30 days. I've even done lion for 30 days once, but that was in the summer of 2023. I'm now going to try and repeat that. But no comfort eating for 30 days. And you can promise yourself faithfully that on day 31, you are going to comfort eat like crazy. On day 31, you're going to go out and eat all of the things, all your favorite things. But for the next 30 days, comfort eating is banned. You will discover that some of those days are really hard. But if you can get to 30 days, you're then thinking, wow, I had one hell of a crisis on day 5. Didn't comfort eat. That was a shocker of a day on day 16, but I didn't comfort eat. I'm safe. I'm okay. Find a phrase that helps you through it. Sometimes I have actually said, and sometimes I've even said it out loud, and my family are like, what is she on? But I've actually said things to myself like, you are safe. You are okay. Not eating sugar right now. You're going to be fine. You are safe. This is how bad some people's comfort eating it is. You have to literally self-talk your way through the whole thing. But you can do it. If I can do it, you can give it a go. 30 days to start with. You could then say, right, let's see if I can make it to 40 days with no comfort eating. The next time I have some absolutely shite moment, I'm going to ride it out. I'll comfort eat on the next one. But the next one that comes along, I'm not going to comfort eat on it. Can you do that? Tough love. I can't believe the change in me. I'm going to go for Dante Ferrigno Freedom now, but it's amazing what's happening to me. It is amazing. And in this summer, I am going to be so annoyingly happy that I did this, that I worked through all of this, worked through each day, hour by hour, meal by meal, day by day, strung those meals and hours and days together. And this summer, I'm going to be a bit smaller than now, right? A bit. I might be a lot smaller. But either way, I'm still going to be delighted that I worked through it. It's not easy. It's quite brave. I have a friend that tells me I'm brave doing my channel. A friend I know in the real world says I'm brave. I don't know what she's referring to when she says that I'm brave. She could be just thinking I'm brave because I'm completely ignoring the government nutritional guidelines and eat well plate and the food pyramid, and that it's very crazy to do that. Or she could think that it's brave that I'm doing a channel with next to no visible results and keeping going, turning down social events, turning myself into a pretty much social outcast with no visible results yet. I think you might call that crazy rather than brave. But yeah, let's just see. Let's just see where I can take this. But tough love, mostly to do with comfort eating. And then we can then move on to social eating. Social eating. It's not fun. It's not fun when everyone around you in the house is eating all the things and you're not. That's not fun. And then the commitment to be carnivore forever. That's scary. That's just scary. But I think you have to have hit such a strong why and such a strong desperate low in the pit ditch point that the thought of continuing in that ditch and being left behind and, is just more painful than sticking with it. As Jocko says, I haven't mentioned him in ages. His channel, JOKKO, he's got a lot of motivational videos, and he says things like, suffer the pain of discipline, or you're going to have to suffer the pain of regret. And I'm done with regret. I am so done with regret. So I'm going to have to suffer the pain of discipline instead. Because I'm done with regret. No more regrets. Bang. I think that's a good place to finish it on. It's quite a long video. I'm not going to edit it. So if it has gone wrong in any way, it's going to stay like this. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Look out for the next few videos of mine because I'm keeping them hidden because I want to do the big reveal, the big before and after. But over the last week, over the Christmas week, the only thing that's actually going right for me is that my last 2 skin tags have darkened quite considerably. Quite considerably. For those that have been watching my channel for a while, you know that on day 86, I had one of my first skin tags start to go black at the tip, and I picked the tip off and I had a bit of skin tag in my hand. We're now on day either 162 or 163, can't remember. I think it's 162 now. And the last 2 skin tags have started to give up. I'm just waiting. And then I'll be getting my one of my sons to take a photograph of my neck and putting it as a side-by-side picture. Also, I'll show you. I mean, I've shown you in loads of videos, and I'll show you again. Look, no skin tag. So, healing is happening. Also, to do with the skin tags, let's finish it off with the skin tags. I had it in my head that when all the skin tags have fallen off, I might start losing weight. Combine that with a bit of lion and also a little bit of intermittent fasting because I'm off work, so I can delay my breakfasts. So I'm delaying them at the moment until I actually feel hungry, which is the right thing to do. There's no need to eat at 7:15 in the morning if you don't actually have to. Let's see what next week brings. But yeah, so I might start losing weight, but absolutely no more day ones for me. No more day ones. If you are having a day one though, that's good because it means you're getting started and that's great. But for me, I've had so many day ones, it's probably running into the hundreds or the thousands. So I cannot keep doing that. So no more day ones for me because it's just too much, too upsetting for me. But if you're joining in, get stuck in 30 days. Can you do 30 days with all of the meats, all of the water, and no comfort eating? Preferably without the scales. Tanya? I'm going to go now because this is nearly half an hour long. I think it's long enough. It's going to take ages to upload. It might even be uploaded before the new year. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to go and get on with my day. If I get lonely this afternoon, they may be alive. But I feel like I want to watch some soppy Christmas rom-coms on the TV and maybe try and distract myself from the fact that I'm not allowed to eat anything other than beef for the next 6 months. How hard can that be? You take care of yourself. If you get any sun, go and enjoy it. If you've got any meat, go and eat it. If you've got any water, go and drink it. And if you can't be carnivore right now, please don't have any seed oils. Would be my advice. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow on day probably 163. Look out for my skin tags finally fell off video. And take care of yourself. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.